And New Yorkers are opportunists by definition, right? That's what we are. And so you're always...
I love that. New Yorkers are opportunists by definition. Glad you guys are with me today. I'm about to head into a meeting with a woman who keeps popping up at every HR event I'm at. She's an incredible MC doing amazing work, but I want to learn more about how she's smashing the consulting space here in New York City. We've seen each other a lot. I've been following her on social, but I haven't had a chance to sit down with her, so I'm going to do that now. So I'm really glad you guys are going to join me to go and meet Jill Katz. So let's go do that. Morning, how are you? I'm here to see Jill Katz.
Yes, sure.
This is gorgeous. I love the space.
So it's pretty much brand new. It's almost, we're about 3 weeks.
It's amazing. And women-led businesses?
So it's a co-working space for women, so only women can be members, but men are allowed to meet with women here. We try and keep it on this floor though, if a man is coming to meet you. So there is some separation.
Yeah, cool.
Jill.
Hi, thank you so much.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. This is Trey, Jill.
The first thing I will tell you is that going out on my own, I have had more development in 1 year
Yes.
than I had in 20 years
Totally.
of careers inside of organizations.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's like taking a person and dropping them in the middle of the jungle with no tools, no clothes, no food, no resources, and say, go figure that out. And suddenly you have to figure out who you are, what you have, what you know, what you don't know. And what I have been able to learn about myself alone
Yes.
is humbling and powerful and emotional.
Yes.
You know, I think I knew what I was good at, and I would say that I have had the chance to validate those things. But more importantly, I am more clear on the things that I am not good at. You cannot fake it when you're on your own.
That's right. So I went through that experience 11 years ago when I first went out on my own. But it was, and it's interesting now, it's like I'm doing it all over again, but with a whole lot of experience, yet things like, and the invoice thing is quite funny because when I started, I had obviously did all of those things. And then now I haven't touched those things for a long time. And then when I had my first client here, I was like, I don't have any terms of business. And because like in Australia, my lawyers look after that, my accountants look after the bookkeeper, and I had to do the invoice. And I was like, wow, you know, and what it made me think about was, what is the difference between starting now and starting 11 years ago? And you know, it's funny, there are so many things that are the same, but we're in a completely different world. There was no social media when I started. There was no one talked about being an entrepreneur. There was no co-working spaces, no meetups, you know, it was a completely different world. And so now it's like you have the world is built for people who want to work for themselves or build companies, really, which I think is also a real problem because we're putting the wrong messages out there, but I can rant about that another time. But I think the ability, so coming here, I agree with you, people are people are people are people. So nothing's different in relation. So people say, oh, you know, you're going to have to change your services because, you know, it's like, no, the differences are more in how business works and the things like the banking system and the tax system. Like the actual work is no different because people are the same. And I totally agree with you. People love to think that their businesses are different and our product's different. And it's like, and I agree, you know, everyone's unique in their own way, but ultimately business is business and people are people, and it's the same. And I had someone the other day pitching to me on on a business that they've raised money on. He said, but this is just an awesome idea. Like, I need to explain to you the idea. And I said, I'm actually not that interested in the idea, because there are a million awesome ideas out there. What I'm interested in is the people in charge of executing the idea, because ultimately it doesn't matter how good the idea is. If they can't execute the idea and they can't create a sustainable, profitable business, it's of no interest. When, you know, the economy has gone in its ups and downs, it hasn't changed the workflow. The workflow in my business has changed due to the business's activity, our business development activity, but not because of the economy. We can do it.
That is so important to me. So the goal will be to start conversations. And what's interesting is I think there's been a lot of content out there interviewing working moms about their career. But there hasn't been a lot of content interviewing working moms about their momness during their career. So I would love to hear Pink talk about all of her time with Willow while all this other stuff was going on.
Yes.
You know,
I think that's a really interesting podcast. It's probably the question that I get asked the most, is around the managing the family.
Well, yours is a very interesting story. So, for example, you'll be on my podcast.
Thank you very much.
But I'm curious. So, you shared a little bit at the Humans First Club that your children are still in Australia.
Yes. Yeah,
so
they are.
Tell me a minute about your experience and your decision and how you're making it work.
Yeah. So I often would get asked questions around mother guilt, because of I started my business when my first son was 3 months old. So my whole entrepreneurial life has been as a mum. I haven't done either without the other. So that was a question that would often get asked, because I was doing lots of different things in business. And what I came to realise one day was that if I could, what is the ultimate lesson that I want to teach my kids? Like, what if I could only give them one bit of advice, what would I really want that to be? And that's pretty hard, because we give our kids a lot of advice and guidance throughout their whole entire life. It's like, what do I really want? And I thought, you know what I really want is I want them to chase their dream. Like, I want them, if no matter what that dream is, no matter how unlikely it is, they want to be the next Pink, whatever, I want them.
They can't be, because it's taken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they want to be, I don't know, the next, I don't know. I'll have to come up with someone cool, but
Madonna.
Well, they're boys, so maybe Jay-Z.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but I want them to not go, oh, you know, that's really hard, so you probably should go and get a law degree just in case, or you should probably just go and get a job just in case. I want them to go for it and just put everything in it, and you know what, if they don't make it, they'll be okay, but just have the thrill of chasing a dream. And then I thought, who am I to tell them to do that if I don't do that? I can't say to them, could you please go and chase your dreams, because I was too gutless to do it. You know, I can't be that mum. I can't tell them what to do. I'm no one to tell them, but I'm everything to show them. So I thought, you know, what are my dreams? You know, I was living my dream of being an entrepreneur and starting a business from nothing, but then it started to grow. It's like, I want to take on New York City, and I wanted to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to do this, and I was like, well, you know what? My job, my number one first job, is to give my kids a front row seat in dream chasing, and so that's what I'm doing. Do a startup in New York and build my personal brand, because I have the message of that you can chase any dream and you can live an unconventional life, which is the name of my vlog, which is just because I'm 42 with 3 kids in Australia with businesses there settled in a nice like home, that I can't just uproot and come and do this. You can take all the puzzle pieces out of your life and put them back in a different way. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone else's puzzle, but that's totally okay. You can do that. You can make your family dynamics work completely differently to what society thinks you should. You just need to put everyone else's puzzles out of the picture and say what works for us. Because at the end of the day, all that matters is what works for your family. I want to thank the amazing Jill Katz for your energy, your courage, your humour, very, very funny by the way, and taking the time to talk with me and offer your help. And I want you to share with my vlog, The Unconventional Life, what you think is important about living an unconventional life.
Well, I loved being with you today, so thank you. And I believe in 3 things that everyone hears me say over and over: candor, courage, and care. They are, to me, the 3 most important things that we can offer to everybody else, and most importantly, to ourselves. So go out and be candid, be courageous, and show care and love to everyone around you.
There is the message for this vlog. Love it. We're peacing out. See you guys.